Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Zero to Hero Guide. I'm here in the middle of Stormwind. Last video, we did a bunch of levels. 24? 24, I believe, is the number we hit. In about 2 hours. So we were doing a bit of power leveling. And today's going to be a bit of the same. But we only have about 10 more levels to go before we hit the new expansion. So there's some preliminary stuff we got to get out of the way. We do only have 43 minutes left on our Mastery of Time Ways experience buff, so we got to get that re-upped. Best way to do that is going to be to go into a dungeon. Yes, so we could flip healer like we did last time, but I was thinking this time maybe we try it as tank. So we're gonna pop on over to the oh, I'm flying. It won't let me do it while I'm flying. So let's pop over into Guardian. Because this is going to be one of the two specs I'm going to be playing like first, because of how gearing is going to work. We're going to play Feral and Guardian first. So let's get some of these talents put in here. We don't need cat talents at all. So we're going to be looking for any sort of defensive or AoE aggro or stuff like that kind of talent. So we want Bark Skin duration increased. Frenzied regeneration of bark skin increase all healing received. Yes, we want those. We want iron fur. We definitely need iron fur. Physical damage and armor. Let's get rejuve, even though we're not going to use it because we want some of these talents down here. So we're going to grab remove corruption. Get magical damage and healing increased. Renewal is an awesome self heal. This is a great passive talent right there. Get the thick hide for damage reduction. Stamina in bear form is increased by 10%. Well, we're going to be in bear form, so yeah, we want that. As bear, I think we're actually going to take our wild charge here. We don't really need the earth sign vigor because we're going to be in bear form, so shifting into it doesn't matter quite as much. That talent's a little less useful. What do we want? Healing receive is increased, yeah. Typhoon and Ursul's Vortex is an awesome combination that we'll make some use out of here. We really just want to get to Stampeding Roar here, so I'm going to grab Soothe. Get the Stampeding Roar. And then we're going to grab our talents. So Shred, Swipe, Rake, Mangle, and Thrash. We do use all of those. But mostly we want it for this Oak Skin, which is going to make our Bark Skin even stronger. And our Well-Honed Instincts. And then instead of grabbing Incapacitating Roar or Mighty Bash, which I think we'll definitely want one of those. Oh, I should get Skull Bash. Yeah, I'll need my kick. Then we'll grab one here, just to get the passive stats. And then we go over to our Guardian tree. So we're going to get Maul. This is our main single target spender. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I have never played bear, nor have I really done much research into it. So we're gonna be playing this little fast and loose, as I like to say. Yeah, that seems good. I know generally how bear plays. I'm pretty sure you take brambles, because I think that does a lot of damage. Mangle, 2 charges of Survival Instinct seems great. Do we really want to do a big Mangle build? I don't know how this works. Increased by up to 100%. 2 charges, that seems good too. Let's grab our Berserk Ravage. Because I think we're going to grab Incarnation, is usually what bears have taken for a long time. When you take damage, you have a chance equal to your critical strike to cause your next regrowth to heal for an additional 130% and to be instant, free, and castable in all forms for 30 seconds. Let's not get that one. Maul and Raise to crit. Let's get the stronger Iron Fur. More Iron Fur. Thorns of Iron, I think, is good. Makes it to where when we're using our Iron Fur, which is going to be our kind of main rage spender, it does damage to people around us. More rage generation. Yeah, let's get the chance to crit on that. Mangle increase the damage of your next cast of Maul or Raise, and stronger Maul. Are we just going full berserks here? Get all the berserk talents? Yeah, sure. You take by when you deal direct damage with Thrash. Ooh, I think I want that. Reduced cooldown on. Hold up. After the wildfire used to be really strong. I don't know if it is anymore. Well, here, let's go to the bottom here. Are there any of these we want? We want Incarnation. Let's grab Cycle of Life and Death, and we're going to get in the Incarnation. After that, we only have 3 more points. That seems good, because Thrash is going to be a lot of what we do. And for lack of getting more talents, I'm going to grab Rage of the Sleeper. Just as another kind of damage and damage reduction ability. Okay. So here we go. Where are we doing all these things at? We'll put relevant things in their relevant spots. Want you there, want you there, you there. We're gonna put Iron Fur on E. Put Maul, we'll put it on Q. We'll put Maul on E. And we're gonna go check our spellbook. We want Bark Skin. Remove Corruption can go there. You can go there. Revive over here. Rebirth there. Frenzied Regeneration. Go there. Swipe. Soothe. But there for now. We don't really need Prowl. Can I use... I'm going to switch those. Can I use Moonfire in bear form? I know there's a talent that lets you do it. I need a... No, I can't kill the cat. Give me a frog or something. I want to assume it can't. Because I don't remember grabbing a talent that made it do so. Typhoon. Put me in cat form. That's still there. Okay. Because I don't want to accidentally hit dash and then go into cat form and be dead. I think that's it. We're gonna go to our edit mode. Set it to the modern preset, so my health bars are over here. And then just because I kind of like it, I'm gonna move this down and use raid style party frames. They don't have to be very big. I'm not really gonna be like healing anybody. We're gonna save it. Zote. You know what? No. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna use my normal one. I don't have anything to go on to. Okay. We should have this. Get into another dungeon. Shouldn't take too long. As the old tank queues are usually pretty quick. Oh, once again, my dragon riding abilities are not on this bar. That there, put that there. Tap upward. Surge forward. Where is surge forward? Right here. And of course, bronze time lock and aerial halt. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go fly over to our zone that we're going to be questing in this lock mode on. And we can start doing quests there, actually. As long as I'm kind of lined up for it here. There it is. Oh, we got a quest, or a dungeon. I like to land if I'm flying to go into the dungeon, because sometimes it'll just kick you out in the air and you'll fall to your death. Which nobody wants, right? It's going to be a lot of thrashing and swiping. And mangling. I believe this is Skyreach again, so it's one we know. To be honest with you, I don't know how hard this is going to hit.
I have not been this close to her in many years.
Because I'm level 60, so I don't know. I don't know what scaling is like at that level.
Well protected. We can fly no
But I'll say this, our gear is relatively strong for our level. You know, we just recently got quite a few upgrades in Warlords of Draenor, and our item level's looking pretty solid. I am a tank player, so I know what I'm doing, at least as far as tanking.
Destroy their false sun, that we may meet again in the
Buff up our allies. Get into our bear form and we're going in. So as the tank, you want to hit the enemies before your allies hit them. And people are going to pull for you sometimes. Now you might notice, like, hey, how do I know if the enemies are on me? With the default UI, you don't really know. Oh, I'm disoriented. And if we watch our health bar here, we can see that we're taking a bit of damage. So this isn't going to be like the quickest walk in the park ever. Just know that your healer is definitely looking out for you. We can flip into cat form. Use a brambles here. I don't know exactly how to play bear, but I do know you are supposed to just keep up iron fur. And it stacks, so if we want to be super safe, we can just use iron fur with all of our rage. You won't do much damage. Ooh, that's nice. You won't do much damage, but you'll be alive. So if you're ever scared, that's something you can do. Another thing, in a dungeon like this, if you don't know when things are going to hit hard, just try to use one of your defensive things, like your bark skin, survival instincts, maybe a heal. Just try to use one like every pack. I think I'm pretty safe though. Nothing seems to be hitting me too hard. I'm just going to use mauls a lot here because it seems to be doing a lot of... I think I just hit one for 20,000. It's just kind of crazy. Because all my other attacks are doing like 1,000. We're going big. Don't think you have to go big, though. I know there's a lot of incentive in these easier dungeons. Like, yo, just pull everything. If you're not comfortable with that, don't do it. it's just going to lead to you dying, and then those people that are trying to push you forward are just going to get even more mad. So just hold your ground. If you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it. Now, I am comfortable doing it, so I'm going to do it, but at least not, maybe not all the time. I'm comfortable doing it, tanking in general. But like I said before, don't really know what I'm doing on bear. We're gonna use our cat form speed to kind of get past all this here, hopefully. Looks like our friend is starting to die. Also here, I know you might think, I want to go across. You can't. See, we've got people dying. Oh no. Let me through, dude. Quit pushing me back. It's so stupid. Alright, made it to the top. Do I have the ability to kill this dude on my own? If I use Incarn, I do. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, I can just use... Wait. I can actually use Frenzied Regeneration that often? Okay, bear healing is crazy. Is the wind gone? Our wind is gone and my friends are here. Damage can now be done. Yeah, like I'm regenerating charges of a frenzied regeneration like all the time. I'm gonna put that on 4. I didn't know you hit that button that often. That's crazy. Maybe I'll enjoy bear. I've always said bear is like I'll never play a bear tank. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it though. Here we are, the end of the dungeon. See, it wasn't too bad. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so we can use Moonfire in bear form. So it must not be a talent. And there we go. Our timer's reset to 3 hours, and we can just skedaddle on out of here. We got 3 levels out of that? Are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, we want that one. It's going to help get our cooldown of that back. I'm going to get the damage reduction on Moonfire as well, because I think a lot of bears are running Lunar Beam right now. Oh. Yeah, I already got that. Okay, cool. Nice. Buffs reset. Let's go over to Lockmadon. Hey, let's stay in bear for now. I kind of want to gain some aptitude with it. We can change our UI back. So I'm actually going to go to a UI I have here called PvP, which is the UI that I use when I play PvP. But also it's the UI I use when I'm like don't have all my weak auras and add-ons. Like when I'm playing like on my mom's computer at home or whatever, like anywhere that's not my computer. So it's gonna have the same layout as my typical UI. So the bags and buttons are gonna be in the top left. Quest objectives on the left. Got my health and my enemies off here. And then just the bars are made a little bigger, so... and I think this would be an acceptable UI layout. It's very simple to do. I mean, the bags and stuff, that's like... It's kind of a me thing that I switch up. But I mean, this right here, just 2 nameplates, make your bars a little bigger, maybe get like 1 or 2 little weak auras. You could totally... You totally play the game like that. It very much depends on the class you play too, though. Some classes really want a lot of weak auras because they have a lot of little things to track and it's hard to do it in the base UI. Other classes, not so much. So we're going to do like we did in Warlords of Draenor and we're just going to grab a bunch of quests. Wow, I can't believe that one dungeon gave me 3 levels. Half tempted to do another one.
What's on your mind? Safe travels.
I think this will be really fast though. Loch Modan is a very fast zone. The hardest part's figuring out where all these quests are. I know there's one like at the bottom of this inn here, the Stout Lager Inn. Jump down here. Right? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it was up top. Did I just walk right past the person? It's the innkeeper. Of course it's the innkeeper. Good evening, Furpa. What's that guy's name? I believe that's all the quests. It is. So now we just go on the hunt. Oh, geez. For one shot and everything. Wow, yeah, that scaling is... That's something else, isn't it? I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess we're also probably just invincible. Got an elite down here, or a rare. Remember what I told you about rares? We're just going to use our Moonfire here to stack everything up, and then we're going to get some big AoE attacks. And they're going to fall over. And here I thought I was going to need the damage reduction on the Moonfire with that talent I grabbed. Nope. I'm going to get used to hitting Iron Fur on R. So I like to, when I play the game, put similar abilities in similar spots. Like from other classes and stuff. And from other tanks, I do typically put my general, like, active mitigation button on Q or E. The active mitigation, or maybe, I don't know, it's passive. Basically, the thing you gotta keep up, and for us it's the Iron Fur that we gotta spend a lot of rage on. I usually put that on Q, E, or R, one of the 3. But on but I think on Bear I'm going to have kind of 3 rage spenders. So I'm gonna put it on R and get used to hitting that. Because I believe I will also be grabbing Raise. And I like use Raise in AoE and Maul in single target. Maul is this one. Something like that. I think they're like, I watched a video. I guess they're like changing it for next patch though, to where like if you take Raise, you just always use Raise. Something like that. I'm out here, I'm a bear, and I'm fighting bears. What was that? An orcish cleaver. Whoa. You know, Mangle does more damage than I would have thought it did. Mangle hits pretty hard, actually. It almost hits as hard as Maul. Wait a second. Yeah. And my perception of Bear was completely wrong. So I mentioned before, I'm playing Brewmaster right now. Today I went ahead and just hopped on my Paladin, and I was playing that a bit as far as tanking goes. And Paladin is just... it's strong right now. It's if you want to be good, or if you want to have to not worry about as many things, you play Paladin. As a class that has a hybrid with healers and stuff, you have, and in general is made to be like a helping hand, I guess Paladins are. But then again, you can use all those helping hand things on yourself. Basically, what I'm getting to it is they're like a Swiss Army knife of a class. They kind of have an answer for everything, and it's so nice. Also, they're the only tank with an immunity. Like you press a button, it taunts everything around you. Taunting being like you get aggro and nobody can take it from you, and then it makes you not be able to take damage from anything for 8 seconds. As well as it removes all negative effects from yourself. So yeah, it's crazy. It's called Bubble. Anybody who's played the game, it's not called Bubble, it's called Divine Shield, but everybody calls it Bubble. You know what, we're gonna incarn this. Definitely not necessary. Incarnation is crazy, though. Incarnation in the past has been... so Bear Tank has been pretty strong in the last expansion. There was one season where it was just kind of the dominant tank that everyone played. And the reason why, and it still is to this day kind of good for that, is when you have Incarnation, you do not die. Like, you are practically invincible because it's such a strong, loaded ability. I mean, what does it do? So it causes your Mangle to be AoE, increases maximum health by 30%. As well as it does all of those, remember all those Berserk talents we grabbed? So it's going to give you, reduces the cooldowns of your Mangle, Thrash, and Growl by 50%. It's going to increase haste by 15% and reduce the rage cost of Maul by 50%. Reducing cooldown of Frenzied Regen by 100% and cost of Iron. You can stack up so much. It's such a loaded ability that... I know you probably don't know any of those abilities I just named, but like just know that like, hey, basically you become better. You become a better just everything. You become the incarnation of the Guardian of Ursoc. Isn't that crazy? And that's the name of it, so...
On a pint? Watch your back. Be good. Here there. Watch your back.
So I'm gonna be going to the mine, right? Yeah, it is. So we're gonna pull this whole mine, dude. I'm hitting my iron for a bunch here because I want to see how much damage it does. It's not that much. Yeah, I think I really need raise if I want to do good AoE. Let's see if we can't flip around a talent point to get raise. Give me the cooldown reduction on our movement speed. That'll be nice. And then get that. Give me raise. Yeah, give me that. I don't know what's going on with these, man. We'll go. Yeah, we'll. All those can go. Yeah. A raise. Let me find it. There we go. Let's see how that works. It's better than spamming Iron Fur, or damage at least. Maybe not too much better though. These guys in here seem to have way more health. Or maybe I just hit some sort of weird scaling threshold. It's 64. I do not know. There's a foreman back here I have to go kill, though. Is this the way? No. Must be around here. I'm gonna gather up everything, because that's the funnest way to fight. I'm gonna use Incarn and Rage of the Sleeper. Yeah. That's one way to do it. Now look at this. We can still go cat form. And we can still go invisible. I just need to put it on my bar. There we go. Druid bars are so hard to navigate because like your bottom bar changes and like when you get a new spell it like puts new ones on the bar. I don't know, it's annoying. I mean once they're set you're good, but switching between the specializations for the first time can be a bit annoying. So we're gonna be mauling this guy. It's kind of like my normal spender. Am I swiping even in single target? I must be.
Talk to me. Walk with you. Be good. Watch your back. Be good.
65. Kinda there in record time too. Let's work our way over. Who's attacking me? Okay, sir. Yeah, dude, that's so great. Remember we were one-shotting these guys before? Look, now because of the scaling, it takes us much longer to kill them. It's very interesting how that works. like 2 levels, and
See you soon. Be good.
you go from being one-shotty guy to... I mean, you're not gonna die. I'm playing a tank, but yeah, no, they live a lot longer.
What can I do for you? Watch your back.
66. Get Moonfire damage. Then actually we're gonna grab Galactic Guardian. And I think we're gonna not grab this one. Because we're gonna be a lunar guy, because that seems fun. For questing. I mean, this might be the play too, but... Turn our quest to the innkeeper. It's probably going to get us a cooking recipe of some sort. They usually do.
Talk to me. Watch your back. See you soon. Welcome. Safe travels. See you soon.
We're going to... Oh, I got to get my mounts back on my bar. Where's my grizzly kill? There we go. Give me... Ooh, yeah, put that guy there. Let's allow this junk. I have a quest to turn in? To whom? To whom do I have a quest to turn in? What's here? Oh, the innkeeper.
Keep your feet on the ground.
I never turned that quest in. I just grabbed new ones.
What's on your mind?
Okay, now our quest take us over here to kill some murlocs. And we will do just that. I'm gonna get Lunar Beam, because I've never seen this ability. Seems kind of cool. What does it do? Summons a beam of lunar light at your location, increasing your mastery, dealing arcane damage, and healing you. Sure. Those are all things I like, I think. I think Guardian Druid has one of the more interesting masteries in the game. I will show it to you in just a second. So their mastery is as states, increases your maximum health and healing received by 8.4% and also increases attack power. So yeah, if you ever wondered what the highest health character in game was, it's a bear. Let's do another lunar beam. Guys are being stingy with their glands. Let's do an incarn here. I'm looking in like at the bear rotation. I mean, I guess I'm learning it, but I'm pondering it. Very soon, like when we hit max level, I will start to show you guys kind of how I learn and pick up classes. And then we're gonna start getting into tutorials of like how to like kind of just get better at the game at max level. So that's coming soon, and I'm doing some of the things in my head, and I'm like running through, I don't know what you would call it, like situations in my head, like thinking like, okay, I could use that there, like that's kind of how that get uses, you know, this and that. And, you know, that's going to come more with experience and playing the game, but yeah. I'm like, so a big part of tanking is kind of like working your defensive abilities into each other. So usually you only really need one at a time. If they're strong enough, some of them aren't quite as strong, and you'll kind of like couple those up with other ones or use them like, you know, when you don't quite need as much defense. But so I'm looking and I'm like, Lunar Beam isn't really, it's like a light defensive. Like it does heal me and increase my mastery. So I could see that one being good paired with Rage of the Sleeper, because that's going to give me like damage, like a good combo of damage there. And then in like a big pull, I could use one of my big ones like these, and no, I don't need to fight a bluegill guy. So I'm like, those two I feel like I'm gonna almost always use together. And then you have like Incarnation. And when you're using Incarnation, you definitely don't need anything else for like defense-wise. Like it's probably enough, I think. This is all, you know, speculation. I don't actually know. I mean, if you want to find a specific guide on Guardian Druid or any class, I would say just go to YouTube. But I will also be showing you guys pretty soon how to access like pretty good talent builds and kind of stat weights and kind of like information for your classes, as well as how to, when you start to get a little more in-depth, a little high-end, how you can like start to curate, maybe make changes for yourself, or even look into like better players and like what they're doing and that kind of stuff. I'll tell you right now, at the start, Wowhead is an amazing resource for just getting a good build early. It may not be the best, it may not be the thing that's going to carry you to, you know, getting any sort of titles or anything, but it's probably the best place to start. By the way, here are these kind of secret quests from Lochmodan. That's one of them. I believe there's 4 more in the zone. Just pick it up. And when you go to over here to turn it in, it is a whole experience quest. And all you had to do was pick it up off the ground and run it back over here. So those are really nice. Boom. 67. We are definitely making it to 70 this episode. I was a bit skeptical. I didn't actually know. I thought the leveling was gonna slow down, but no. We have enough experience increases from all of our stuff. And remember, I am getting another 25% on top of like the Mastery of Time Ways one, because I do have 5 characters at level 80, or that's the max out, is once you get 5 characters maxed out at level 80. You get an experience bonus for all your other ones, so I do have that. So if you're just starting your journey in WoW, and you don't have that, if you do exactly what I've done, it will take you 25% longer to get through all of it. But, I mean, we're on what, episode 5 now? 5 or 6, something like that. And each episode's an hour to 2 hours, so that's like what? 10 hours to get to max level? That's not too bad at all. Oh, this quest is an interesting one. We have to, I'm gonna kill this guy real quick. So we gotta open this little satchel they've given us here. It's a strong alcoholic beverage. We're gonna drink that for some, I don't know, encouragement. We're gonna put on our plant disguise so that they cannot see us. Because, you know, duh. And then we're gonna splash him with pheromones, and the Murlocs are gonna tear him apart. Oh, they're supposed to, at least. Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it. They're mad. Beat them up. And then we bail.
Safe travels.
Get that quest done. And then we're gonna head over this other little area. Along the way, there is another one of these little pickup quests. We're gonna grab that. I'm gonna say, I thought there was a quest here as well. 2 quests here, actually. Oh! I hit my head on the wall. Stack up all these guys, and then we're gonna either our little Rage of the Sleeper Lunar Beam combo, because that, oh, that's probably how they get used. It's working for now. Grab this other little quest. And then we just go on a little warpath here. Oh, I'm disoriented. That's enough idols.
Great to meet you.
So one thing you will notice about the gear here
Keep your feet.
is that it doesn't have secondary stats on it. It's just going to give you agility and stamina. So that's why it's kind of nice to go to Warlords of Draenor. Maybe a little later in your gearing experience or questing experience so that you actually get good gear. Because if you walk into the expansion, like War Within, wearing just like the gear from this zone, you'll be in trouble. I'm probably going to take a look at the auction house to see if I can't get some really cheap gear, though. Like relevant level 71 gear.
See you later.
Because that's going to make questing a whole lot nicer. And I think you can usually get stuff pretty cheap. Like even just using the gold that I've made while questing.
Off with you.
So what am I at? 4,000? I think you can get it for like 200-300 a piece. And 4,000 gold is kind of nothing. There are ways at max level we can get a lot more than that. And I will have to do that because I don't think I'm going to send this character gold. Maybe some. But I will say, this is not like a pugging my way up series. I will be playing with some friends. I will be doing some pugging. Pugging, remember, being pickup group. Just like playing with random people, essentially. I'll be doing some of that. I don't know, it's gonna be a mix of everything. It's playing the game, you know? I'm not gonna promise anything more. Except I promise to take you along for the ride and teach you as much as I can. Okay, feathers done.
Hey, be seeing you.
69, that's a good level.
You have a great day now.
This one is like a cave I have to go into, and I always forget where it's at. Here it is. Oh. And we got a rare spawn in here as well. Yes, this is a cave full of mechanical chickens. We'll use an in card here, why not? Gonna have to go around. Oh, one thing to know here. Let me build up. Some rage here to show you. Here's a mechanic, which I maybe should have went over earlier. You'll notice how, look at my bars down here, my 1, 2, 3, 4, all these. When I use an ability, how it has that little delay in between each ability I can use. That is called the global cooldown. So we'll fight this guy while I'm talking about this. So as I'm using abilities, you see things go on the global cooldown. And some abilities, that is their whole cooldown, is the global one. But if we hit Mangle here, you see it has an alternative cooldown as well as 6 seconds. So most abilities in the game fall under the global cooldown. But I bet you're already picking out some in here that do not. So you can see that our Rage of the Sleeper, Incarnation, Iron Fur, Bark Skin, Survival Instincts, they do not, because they're not spinning around with it. So many defensives do not fall under the global cooldown. So you could I could hit Mangle and then immediately hit Rage of the Sleeper afterwards. Even while I can't use anything else. That kind of is a way to help, you know, not feel bad, like you just hit an ability and then you get locked out of the global and you can't hit a defensive. Nobody likes that. Some classes that still happens though, particularly with paladins using their bubbles and dying because they, didn't have a global. But rotationally, there's not a whole lot of abilities in the game that, aren't on the global cooldown, but a lot of tanks, well, some tanks have one. So you can see my Iron Fur here, I can use it in between other attacks. And that's why tanks can kind of fall into the category of being a little harder to play, because I feel like just about every tank has something they can hit off the global cooldown. Whether it be a pretty often used rotational ability or like a defensive button that they hit pretty often. The biggest contenders being the two protection specs, Prot Paladin and Prot Warrior, have a lot of buttons they're hitting off global cooldown. It's almost every ability you're hitting, you're following it up with another one. Brewmaster has quite a few as well, with its purified cheese, but that can lead to a class being harder to play because I know you're thinking like, oh, you get to hit more buttons. It's not that you get to hit more buttons, it's that you have to hit more buttons. So if you want to play it properly, you have to weave in those extra buttons, which can increase your required actions per minute to play the character properly. Actions per minute, APM is what a lot of people call it. They just shorten it up. And a high APM class usually means, because you have to be so much more proactive and fast with all of your button clicks, that it, you know, it takes a little bit more of your brain to do it. And it usually leads to, like, either you have to focus on it more, or that it could lead to more mistakes outside of it. Maybe because you are focusing on it more. So I know a lot of people in the past have said, like, Bear is the easiest tank. I think it's definitely in the easier category of tanks, but you do have that Iron Fur you can hit very often. So if you're a person who, like, say I didn't have keybinds and I was clicking my abilities, I would have to, like, click there, then click the Iron Fur, and then click there, and then I'd always be, like, flipping over to click the Iron Fur. And you can imagine if I'm trying to, like, so often, like, do that kind of, like, fast movement with my mouse and precisely, you're like, I'm not paying attention up here when I'm doing that. Now, I'm not very good at clicking because I don't do it, but I mean, even if you are good at clicking your abilities rather than using keybinds, that's going to lead to you not being quite as aware while playing the game. And awareness is, if there's one thing you can take from all the tutorials we're going to go into as we start to get into kind of Mythic Plus and endgame stuff, awareness is the #1 thing that I think every player should learn. Learn to know what's happening over here, over there, you know, down here. Like, just learn to get more stuff in your sight range, and it will make you not only a better player, but also it will just make everything so much less stressful. I know some people get overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that can just be going on at any given point, or maybe they get, like, tunnel visioned on certain things happening. And once you learn to play kind of at a point where you can just, like, halfway look at everything, it changes. It changes the game. It makes it more fun. And there's a couple of steps you can take to, like, get to that point. I think one of them is keybinds. Because setting keybinds is going to allow you to not have to look as much at your cursor and your mouse and where that's pressing on your abilities. It's going to lend, like, itself more to, like, you can, like, I know if I hit 2, it's going to use swipe, so I just have to be able to hit 2 with my left hand. Or there's plenty of MMO mouses you can get with a bunch of buttons on the side of them. You know, everybody kind of has different keybinds they use. It's all good and stuff. But I would say, yeah, start learning some keybinds, even if it isn't, like, all your buttons. Like, I have everything keybound. I don't click anything. But, like, even if you just start by keybinding your rotational stuff, so that maybe the only thing you have to click is when I want to in-card, like, I'll just go and click that. That's a great place to start. Like, get your buttons you're hitting all the time, rotational being, like, you know, you're, like, I don't know, your main goal, your swipe, your thrash, you know, or for whatever class you're playing. Get those on some sort of keybind so that for, like, 60 to 70% of your total gameplay, you don't have to be looking down at your bars. You can be, like, have your eyes up. You can be dodging stuff. You can be looking at mechanics that are coming. Man, I really wish I could get, like, an eye tracker to show you kind of where my eyes are most of the time. Because that's it'll help you out a lot. Just trust me. I used to have my eyes right here the whole time I played, and then once I started looking up, dude, it changes everything. You'll start looking at people and wondering what they're doing, but I mean, you know what they're doing. Their, like, eyes are here. Even like just walking around in a city, just, like, noticing other players. I don't know. I feel like World of Warcraft is a weird game in that a lot of its players, when they play it, you know, 60, 70% of the time when they're playing it, they don't look at anything more than, like, a little box right here. You know, they don't look anywhere else. It's like, optimally, sometimes, yeah, you should have your eyes right here and you should be doing your rotations and your damage perfectly. Because that's just what is needed maybe at that time. I know in Raid a lot of the time that can be the case, but also everybody having their eyes up, looking out for each other, seeing things that could be, you know, walking in from the top of your screen, all that kind of stuff. It'll help you. It'll make you a better player, and you'll enjoy the game more. That was a long rant. But it's true. Or at least I believe it to be true. I could be wrong. It helped me when I set myself and like, okay, I want to learn all these keybinds. I want to learn to be able to not have to click anything. And that includes potions, mounting up, you know, like everything. Keybind. Also, when you do that, it kind of increases your hand-eye dexterity quite a bit. Like maybe muscle memory? I don't know. There's probably some applications to it as well. Maybe it'll make you better at typing. Somehow. But I think I had mentioned earlier on in the series when I said that, like, I think playing WoW made me better at other games. That kind of awareness, like learning to watch that many things at once, like, and when you're questing, there of course isn't like a whole lot to look at. You're mostly looking at like maybe your mini map a bit, you know, your quest here every once in a while to see like how much you have of it done. But in general, you're just kind of fighting enemies, and they're not that hard. Mythic Plus is going to be a whole other monster. So is Raid when we get there. But like the kind of the amount of stuff you have to look at when you're doing those is quite a bit, and I feel like it's made me better at other games that are like hectic, chaotic environments, and like deciphering what is happening within them. So I think a perfect example is there's a new pretty hit game out that's right now, and it's called Marvel Rivals. It is a hero shooter, very similar to Overwatch or maybe like a Team Fortress 2, if you've ever played those kind of games. But like playing Marvel Rivals, when like big team fights are happening and it's hectic and there's so much stuff going on, I feel like from my time in WoW and like playing the Mythic Plus and like devoting myself to like learning how to like be aware, I guess. In that game, I'm able to like keep an eye on and keep track in my head, like, hey, this person used this ultimate, like, or like in the middle of a team fight, like I want to like, you know, some people get so locked in on just like, I'm just gonna hit the first person in front of me. But like thinking like, oh, stop and like, hey, no, this would be more beneficial if I fought this person or did this thing, or I don't know. I just it transfers. It transfers really well. And I mean, it's multitasking in general is what it is. So could branch out and make you better at some other things too. I don't know, anything that involves multitasking. Maybe it'll make you better at your job to get better at WoW. I mean, one thing I know for a fact that WoW has done, but I mean, you'd never say it in a job interview because that would be like, you know, people would think like, who's this guy? But like leading a team in WoW is no different than leading a team in real life. I mean, you could write papers on it, but I think leading a team in WoW is almost harder than leading a team in real life most of the time because of the situations you're in WoW. At least as long as you're a passionate player and you're doing content that you really want to complete, dude, it's like going to war with people. Like, not against them. I'm saying with them. It's like your brothers in arms trying to fight some of these dungeon bosses and stuff. Like, we're talking 5 people coordinating and playing so perfectly so that if anybody messes up with even like a 1% margin, if you're just slightly out of place, like the whole 30 to 45 minute endeavor you guys have attempted is just ruined. I mean, that's pretty high stakes, right? You got to be locked in for the whole time. I think in a lot of jobs you don't really get into situations like that. I mean, unless of course you're like, you know, a surgeon or like actually in war, or like, I don't know, firefighters and stuff, like the obvious ones. But I think the vast majority of people in the world aren't those. Most people are maybe working in an office space of some sort or anything like that. But I mean, if you get good at doing it on a half second's notice, you know, coordinating a team, making up for any mistakes like that. Of course, I mean, given a whole 8 to 10 hour workday, I think you could think of something really good. Wow, all this yapping and we've hit level 70. And I think it's about time we go to the war within.
Perhaps Azeroth's speaker can shed some light on what this warning might mean.
Am I gonna get credit for these quests? Are these gonna be worth anything anymore? I should have turned these in earlier. I'm out here fighting hogs and wasps. Let's see here.
Here there. Be good. Off with you.
Oh, they're worth like nothing.
Back. Be good.
We'll turn them in because they still give us gold.
No.
I'm not picking up anymore though. Okay. Put that point there. Put that point. I don't know. We'll put it there. Okay, we're gonna go back to Stormwind. Because there's a few things I want to do before heading into the War Within. Like I said, I was gonna check on gear. I'm gonna use some of our recently acquired gold to get some bigger bags, as well as a reagent pouch. I'm gonna start setting myself up to tackle this new expansion. A new adventure awaits, yes. She has kicked us out of time, or like, time walking. So all of these quests we had from time walking are kind of useless now. Now, for achievements and whatnot, you could still go back and do them, but for the purposes of getting experience, not great. We will keep this, I'm just going to untrack checking on the boys, because that could be a fun quest to share with people. We're going to abandon that. We're going to keep our Savage Journey Through Time, because this is going to be, that's going to be good. Okay, so we've got the War Within starting quest. But first, like I said, we're going to, well, let's clear out our inventory first. Is there anything in here we're going to equip? Mail, leather, they're kind of worse. It's a strength cloak, and a bunch of patterns we don't need. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all this. You do pick up a lot of junk when you're playing this game. Okay. We're going to come in here. And I want new bags. So you might go to bags. Containers. Bag, right? We're going to go here and we're going to filter it by most slots. We're going to see that, that's kind of expensive. A 36 slot bag for 2,000 gold, that's half our gold. And these are down here pretty bad. What's a good middle ground, I think? I mean, we got 12 and 8 slot bags. Let's go for Wilder Cloth. These are 32 slots for 220 gold. I think 4 of these is going to be okay. So, I mean, this is the auction house. It makes sense on how to use it. I don't think I need to go too in depth on how to use it, but these are items submitted by other players. Be careful. They'll try to scam you. They will. Like these being posted for 311,000 gold, they're not any different than the ones for 200. So don't accidentally buy those, but we'll go ahead and get 4 of these. Why I can't buy them 4 at a time, I don't know, but we will also buy a reagent bag. These are usually pretty, well, it's a little more expensive, 278. We'll go ahead and buy one of those. The reagent bag is going to make it to where all the kind of professional crafting items we get will go into that. So it's basically just its own little dedicated bag, and they're usually pretty big and nice to have because it separates that stuff out. Now we're going to go to armor. We wear leather, so we're just going to go into the leather category and hit search. We're going to filter it by usable only, level range 70 to 70. We're going to just see what this does. Okay. Why does this say slots? That's weird. So it looks like we've got some Draconic Combatants gear. 343 gear, pretty cheap. These shoulder guards, see, look at that, 35 gold to get 140 item level increase. That's a pretty easy buy, I think. Just gonna go down to these cheap ones and see if there's anything worth buying. So we don't want to spend all of our gold, but would I spend 116 to get about another 100 item level increase? Yeah, probably. We'll get the one that's a little higher, a little better. Critical strike. I think we want haste. So I'm gonna grab the haste one. And I'm gonna go to a weapon. With the same, yeah, same thing. Why is that so expensive? That's weird. This one-handed weapon is stronger than our two-handed weapon. Dude, that's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna buy it. It's 75 gold. But am I really gonna be walking around with a single one-handed weapon? Because I don't think I could dual wield them. There's not even another one anyway. But it's better. It's got more stats. The stats don't lie. I mean, it is gonna be stronger. All right. So look at our bags. Look how big they're gonna get now. Boom. 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 Oh. Boom. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's looking a lot better. And then we're gonna put on these shoulders. And that belt. And this dagger. What are we looking like? Looking powerful. Pull out the dagger. Whoa. Another thing to note. You should never have an empty hand. You should either be wielding a two-handed item or have a one-hander and then either like a shield or held an offhand or another weapon, whatever in the offhand. Kind of depends on what class you're playing, but you should never have empty hands. I do currently because, well, I mean, you saw what it was. It was just better. So now this is where I would use the scroll, go to Silithus, and start the War Within questline. This is where once again, like we've done a couple times, I'm going to differ. Oh, I didn't quite show that properly. So this right here is the Wizard's Sanctum in Stormwind. Orgrimmar is going to have a similar one as the capital of the Horde. It's over here in the Mage Quarter. This is where the portal room is going to be. And you can just search up portal room, Horde Alliance, whatever. Google can tell you where they're at, but right past here is where we're going to get all the portals to all the different expansions in the game. So you can see, yeah, go down there. We got the Caverns of Time, we got the Jade Forest, all these places. So we need to go to the Dornogal. Dornogal is the newest expansion's city. So we're going to be going to the new main hub. And once there, you're going to notice that this is where a majority of the players are going to be at any given point, is in the new capital. So once we show up here, my frames are going to drop a little bit. You guys won't notice that YouTube's only in 60, and I don't think it'll really go below 60 too much. We're going to hear the music change, and we're going to be delighted to see a new expansion. The newest expansion. Here's the Foundation Hall. I really love the architecture of this place. I really love this expansion in general, actually. I've been having a great time with it. So here's Dornogal, city of the Earthen Race. And there's Swordish. He's my friend from back in the day. Back when I was raiding, I raided with him. There you go. Here's the auction house. Down there's where a lot of the crafting stuff goes on. But I want to show you guys this. So over here, this is where Bran Bronzebeard and his kind of crew set up. This is going to be your kind of your hub for doing delves and getting into delve stuff. Delve, we'll get into that in a second. We're going to be doing some of them. Over here is where you're going to find a lot of your weekly quests. Weekly quests will be denoted by having these like purple marks. I don't think I want to do these yet. I think I want to wait till I'm max level to do these because I might do this one. So we're going to choose the world quest one here because we're going to be doing some world quest. I think you miss out on caches if you do them before level 80, although it is Monday night going into Tuesday, so reset is on Tuesday. So I wouldn't have missed out on anything if I were to hit max level because these quests reset on Tuesday. And then we can open our map to see that we are currently on the Isle of Dorn. But there's a couple of other zones in the newest expansion. We'll be going and exploring all of them. We've got the Ringing Deeps, Ajkahet, and Hallowfall. All very cool. Personal favorite, Hallowfall. It's everyone's. That's awesome. Second favorite, Isle of Dorn. Third, Ajkahet. Fourth, Ringing Deeps. Although they're all kind of a step above many of the other expansions. Well, we're going here. We're going the Isle of Dorn. So you see these quests here, these things on the map. These are world quests, and they usually reset 2 times a week. Like on Tuesday with weekly reset, and then I think on Friday or Saturday, something like that, they'll reset again. But as you can see, a lot of these will give you experience and rewards like that helmet, like a lock stitch headgear. So our first kind of order of action is we're going to be doing quite a bit of these world quests to level up. We've got our 30% experience increase. And we're gonna go around. We're gonna grab some of those. You can do questing like normal. Like I said before, you can quest. You can go through the whole campaign. It's a great one. I've done it 2 full times now. I did every quest in this whole expansion. It took a while, and I don't feel like doing it again. So I'm gonna show kind of another way we can do this. Another great way of getting experience is every delve. Delves are these little, the little doorway, I guess you could say. Every delve has a quest to complete, like the first time you do it. So I'm going to go through and I will do every delve 1 time, because that's going to be great for experience. We're only an hour into this video. I think we head up. At level 71, we're going to start to get some hero talents. What I'm going to do really quick off screen, you won't see this, and it might make the screen thing black. 1 second, let's see how this works. I'm pulling up my Google. You can still hear me, correct? You can. I don't think you can see it though. Don't you worry. I'm going to Wowhead. And I'm grabbing a Guardian Druid build. Because now that I'm level 70, all of these talents, the left and right, we're not getting any more of them. So we can get ourselves solidified into a build that's going to be ready for endgame right now. The only thing we're going to gain after this point is our hero talents. So I want to kind of get those ready to go. So I'm a little more, I don't know what you want to call it, like ready for it. And I'm just going to the front page of Wowhead, going to classes. I'm on Guardian Druid. I'm just going to like the cheat sheet and I'm grabbing like the Mythic Plus build. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come over here and to get a new build, you go down on the left, you hit import. We're going to paste that string in there. We're going to call it Zote. The Bear King. Zote the Bear King is what? Zote them Bear King? Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Then we hit import, and you're going to see it's going to put everything into that spot. We're running Heart of the Wild. Oh, probably for the healing increase. Yeah, that makes sense. Get that on our bar. What are we not running? Do we not have Rage of the Sleeper? No, we do. Oh, I'm not in bear form. What did we lose? We do not have Raise. We do have Lunar Beam. We have all the Berserk increases. It's like we do have After the Wildfire. We are going to be playing a Loon's Chosen, which is kind of what I thought with the Lunar Beam and stuff. Okay, we weren't too far off in our original talent choices compared to what we have here. No 2 charges of improved survival instincts. I don't think we need it though. We seem to have a lot of defensives. If that's going to be the case, then I'm going to move Iron Fur over to Q if we're not going to be playing Raise. Very cool. What do we get? We have all the normal stuff over here. Yep, Incapacitating Roar. Put that there, put that there, put that there. Yeah. We were pretty close over here, too. Alright. Now that we've got our bear set in stone, let's go do one more thing. Because I haven't shown this yet, because we haven't really gotten to the main city. This is the Lapidarium, also known as the Barber Shop. We can go in, and we can change the way Zote looks. Whatever you want. I could even make him a girl if I wanted. But Zote is a mighty man, who's bald and has a green beard. But for some classes, notably like Warlock, can change their demons, and I can change these forms. You can go in and you can change your bear form. Now, you have to have unlocked some of these. As you can see, we've got ones like that. We've got ones that look like stone. Like I was making that joke, set in stone. I need to do that. I like the stone one. Here's the Fall into Nightmare, Guardians of the Glaive, and then you got the Rune Bear. You got ones instead of being a bear, you're more like a werebear. But my personal favorite, I like the Moonkin Bear. He's a little fun. He's like an owl bear. We can change our cat form as well. We can be a fiery cat. I like the Incarnation of Nightmare. We'll go teal. Our Moonkin form. We'll worry about that when we get there. I'm gonna change my crow to a Neuralos Flames Guidance because I got that and I've not played a druid to be able to use that yet. So people are gonna see a guildless little man named Zote and they're gonna be like, how did he get a Neuralos? If you don't know what this mount is, this was the mythic drop mount from the final boss of the last expansion. Mythic being the hardest difficulty in the game. At that point, it dropped 2 guaranteed every time you killed him, so me and my guild farmed him up for us. So we all got one. Now, if you go back and do it where it's much easier to kill the boss, because, you know, we're 10 levels higher and stuff, you still need a whole group to kill it, but it's not too hard. It only has a 1% chance to drop. And you get that 1% chance to drop for the whole raid group 1 time a week. So, it's pretty rare. Still rare. It'll become less rare as time goes on. I only have my sea lion. Travel form. Can become a dream talon instead of a stag, but I'm going to keep the stag. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. We get an achievement for that as well. So we are a bird. We are a bird now when we fly. Okay, so first order of things to do is we're going to go do this world quest, just to kind of show you how a world quest works. So basically, you fly into its area. This is...
How are you at climbing?
Whatchamacallit. This is a climbing world quest. That's what I was thinking of, the word climbing. What you do is you get your climbing gear, and you need to scale these cliffs. And there's usually some things to grab. I'm not seeing them. But anyway, to get on the cliffs, you just click on it. And then if you want to move areas, you just click on where you want to go. Super simple. So, I mean, you can go through it pretty quick here. You can just like, oh, click, 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 click. do you mean I can't interact with that? It's right there. Okay, go over here, go down. Grab this one. We can't. Can we get over there? Can we open this helping hand and then go across? Oh, they're behind the waterfall. There we go. And there you go. And to get that helping hand, all I did was, there was a button on my bar that did it.
Not only at Fallside Outpost, but across the Isle.
We're gonna go over here and do a dragon riding world quest. Oh, we got a rare down here, Warp Horn. Let's test our hand at fighting a rare in this new expansion with our new build. Let's see how much health he's gonna have. I'm gonna have to use Incarnation here. Not because I'm gonna die, but because he's just got so much health. He's charging. This better give me a lot of experience. Uh-oh. We got an extra enemy. I think I'll be fine. I'm not really taking any damage. This guy just has a lot of health. I'd rather it be this way than the other way around, which is he kills me in one shot. I can take a little extra time. I don't think that gave me very much experience. We did get a chest piece out of it, though. You'll notice a lot of the rares will kind of... Oh, wait, is my chest still showing? No! No more manly chest. Oh, well. Go up here and do this dragon riding world quest. These are super quick. Back in Dragonflight, they actually used to be a pretty solid way to make gold. They've since nerfed it, but... Let's talk to them, try the course. And all you do is you fly through the rings. Pretty simple. And plays epic music. There's actually, they every once in a while do like cups where basically you're racing against other players. And there's well, there's like, it's like a Grand Prix format, and yeah, it's a little event they've done every once in a while. It's pretty fun. They'll go to different zones, like in Outlands or one of the other expansions, and you can fly there. So going from 70 to 80 is going to be probably significantly slower than if we had done... well, slower than going from 60 to 70 was, because that was super fast. And there, that's it. That's the end of it. What about a bar of experience from that? Turn in the purse. Alright. It's time. We're going to do a delve. I don't know how hard the delve is going to be. Because I don't know how weak our gear is comparatively to what it wants us to be at here. It's giving us item level 400 gear, and we're like 287. So I think we're kind of weak. But we are in tank specialization. We are in Guardian. Which means we're going to be able to take a lot more punishment than we would on something else. So a delve. What is a delve? It's like a solo dungeon, I guess you could say. We're gonna do it. We're a tough guy. Oh, it grants more experience. So yes, we're gonna do this at tier 3. As you can see, it goes up to 11. Of course, you're not gonna be able to do anything past tier 3 until you hit level 80. So we're gonna stop at tier 3. We're gonna hit enter, and it takes us in. Now all the delves have their own special little mechanics. But while requesting, we want to make sure we grab this quest because this gives, as you can see, a lot of experience. So we're going to grab that, and then this is where you're going to configure your Brand Bronzebeard. So Brand Bronzebeard, he accompanies you in your delves. Mine is level 59, which is one level away from max level for him. They go to 60. So my guy's going to be really strong. He's going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. And because I think I'm going to be okay, I'm going to put him on damage. You can go healer. And you can see I've got all these idols. I'll pick these up along the way. They all do different things, but I'm going to put on the Porcelain Arrowhead because it does a lot of damage, and the Amorphous Relic because it's just really strong. I just always use those. So you can view abilities. You can see what he does. I know what he does, so we're gonna grab our quest. Then we're gonna start the delve by talking to Kovkel here. They all kind of start differently, but generally you'll talk to a person and you'll get on with it. So this is this is a kobold delve, which means I will have this candle that I have to hold. If I leave the candle, I start to lose max health and I fall into the darkness. You don't want that. So I have to hold the candle. As you move, like as Brian is saying right now, as you move, it loses durability, I guess you could say, over time. So our objective is to get these stolen keepsakes, but we don't want to let our candle die out. So we're going to drop the candle, and we're going to use a bunch of abilities here because I am scared, and I don't know how strong these guys are. They're going down. How much of that is Bran? Probably most of it. I accidentally picked up my my candle there again when I had put down to. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's hurting. You know, we're gonna have to actually play this like it's a real kind of dungeon with our item level and stuff here. Yeah, we're gonna make sure we're mitigating with our iron fur as much as possible, using our charges of frenzied regen. One thing I need to do is go into options and display class colors because it bugs me. There we go. I'm going to pick this up and head over towards the other keepsake. I'm going to come in. I'm going to hit an early bark skin. So we used our Lunar Beam and our Rage of the Sleeper there. I think I'm going to hold our Incarn for like the next pull. This mushroom in the corner, just don't fight him. He's a rare. He'll give you an ability, or an extra ability in here. I don't think it's worth it. Because they are tough. So we're going to drop the candle. We're going to use our Incarn. Bran is going all out. Bran, I do not need your campfire. I'm gonna make sure we are looting these guys, because being the newest expansion, I'm probably gonna get a lot of gold comparatively. Oh, I'm gonna make sure we don't step into this fire. Wait for him to go away. Very nice. Drop the candle. And just keep fighting through these enemies. You probably notice a very stark change in the speed at which we're killing enemies here. That's gonna happen as you get up into these higher levels. Stuff starts to slow down. You're no longer one-shotting everything. Everything has a lot of health. And now we've got a Kobold Taskmaster, so this guy is pretty tough. Notice how also these guys, a lot of them have abilities. We're gonna need to dodge them. Like that guy's about to do a flaming frontal. You stand in that, you will soon find yourself respawning. Wow, these guys they live very long. It's just how it is, though. That is when you're 238 item level going into a place you're supposed to be 400. Also, you might see little like pickup thingies I can grab. Those are just mislaid curiosities. They just give Bran some experience. I don't think they give me any. I can pick one up just to see, though. That was not the button I wanted to press. I just shot them away from me. That's bad.
Here's your take of the spoils.
Why is my bear making those noises? Alright, so we're going to take our candle, combine it with that one, and be on our merry little way. Let's say we do a big pull, huh? We're going to drop our Incarn and our beams. Use a bunch of iron first. I seem to die quicker. Oh, we still got some abilities rolling. Let's get this Taskmaster in here because I feel like we're gonna have to fight him anyway. Get out of the fire. So yeah, Delves. I think Delves are like, they're new with this expansion, and I think they're actually an amazing way to get in and start learning on how to do a dungeon, how to tackle harder fights. I mean, the biggest thing about it is you can do them completely solo, so you don't have to worry about, you know, letting down a team or anything. You can come into them. You can adjust their hardness by just making them a higher or lower tier. And in general, they just have a lot of mechanics that are similar to if you were doing a dungeon.
You're looking a bit rough. Take a rest.
You're looking a bit rough, Bran. But I'll sit at this fire. If you sit at Bran's fire, it gives you a food buff, so we'll do that. There we go. Agility increased by 5%. Very nice. Come over here. Grab this and pull it out. We don't need to fight those guys over there because our last objective is over here. So we're going to charge in, drop the candle. Use our little combo of Lunar Beam and Rage of the Sleeper. Respawn point unlocked, but that was over. We already walked up to that. That was over there. Oh, guess I should also mention. You only have so many lives in delves. Yeah, you can actually fail a delve. Now it'll still let you complete it. You won't get anything at the end of it though. So don't run out of lives. It's not showing them. It would show them right here. Maybe because I haven't lost any or something. Think I can just jump through that? I'm a tank. Yeah. If you go through quickly, it can't hurt you. Whee! That's how fire works in everything, right? Like even in real life, if you go through it fast enough, it won't burn you. I can totally tell that Bran is doing 90% of my damage right now. That's fine though, when you play tank, that's kind of what you expect. Charge into these guys, that'll go fast, yeah. Alright, looks like we've got all those things recovered, and now we're just going to go towards the end to retrieve Kriegval's helm. Looks like it's going to give us one more fight, though. So here, notice how some of these guys have been casting abilities, and I, to the best of my ability, have been attempting to stop them. So like here, he's going to charge. I'm going to make sure we're out of that. Oh, I'm standing in the fire. This Wicker Lighter Volley, see, we want to use our interrupt on that. That's going to prevent them from doing a lot of damage to us. And these delves, if you don't interrupt those, you'll find yourself taking more damage than you can handle pretty quick. Bran just gunned him down, dude. He was running. I was so sad. Oh, yeah, sorry, back to the case. Yes. You should interrupt as much as possible. And guess what? That is also maybe the most important thing in a lot of Mythic Plus dungeons. And even some raid fights is just properly interrupting enemies and not letting them cast. So, I mean, Delves do a great job at teaching that. I'm going to drop that there because I know I'm going to fight a boss right now. Here he comes. We're going to go straight into Incarn. Incarn's still going for 17 seconds. Oh, he's slamming me, so I'm gonna use a bunch of Iron Furs here. I'm gonna use a Heart of the Wild to increase my healing. Make sure we keep our we're gonna keep our Moonfire on him because that's a damage reduction. I'm gonna use a Bark Skin and then our Rage of the Sleeper combo with Lunar Beam. We're dodging the swirlies. I feel like pretty soon he's gonna grab us again. Yes, he is. So we're gonna just use a bunch of Iron Furs here. He's gonna do that big explosion again. I'm gonna use my Survival of the Fittest for that. This is like a raid fight, man. I'm gonna use a Bark Skin for his just melees, which are hitting pretty hard here. He's doing another Flamestorm. Good. I had Bark Skin already popped, so that's a good use of it. Getting a Ground Slam here. I don't have anything, but I've got a few stacks of Iron Fur going. I'm gonna use a regen to heal out of this, as well as our Renewal. Flamestorm. I just don't have anything. I need to use my Rage of the Sleeper combo. I just realized I haven't been thrashing. I've lost a lot of damage from that. We're gonna use Arc Skin. Keep our thrash up. Oh, we're looking low. What do we have? What do we have? I'm consulting. I'm consulting. Not much. Now we have a rage. And get straight into an incarn. Which gives us our frenzied regen back. Okay. Alright, we're sitting pretty for this one. Whew! That's a toughie. We got it down though. See, we just approached it. Anytime he was doing a mechanic that was going to hurt us, we just sent one of our defensives, and the whole time we're just doing our damage rotation to the best of our ability. You do that as well as dodge the stuff on the ground, and I assure you, you can get through these delves as well. Now let's get our loot. I think there's guaranteed to be an item in here for me, maybe? That wasn't what I was expecting. I want a loot item. Make me stronger. There we go. Silken Chain Weaver. This is actually a really good trinket. I don't know what this is. I'm in the wrong zone. I don't know what this is. So we're going to put that on, because that's going to help out a lot. We're going to put it on over this one. So this is an on-use trinket. I can find something on my bar to put it. We'll just put it on Shift R for now. That'll work. And there you have it. Our first delve done. Once you're done with the delve, you can just talk to the bot, and it'll take you back to the beginning. And then you just leave. You can also right-click your player portrait and hit the leave delve button. At the hiccups all of a sudden. It's just like leaving an instance group from a dungeon. These little orbs give you resonance crystals, which are a good little resource you use to spend on stuff later. But we got that delve done, so we got this quest complete for completing the delve. Watch my experience bar. That was over half a level. So you can imagine, I go to all the delves. At the end of it, we're going to be looking pretty good, but we're going to get our first point into the hero talent tree. We are going to be doing Elun's Chosen. So we're going to go ahead and activate that one. So Elun's Chosen dedicate themselves to the moon goddess and are granted her connection to the moon and stars. Their abilities are infused with astral might, and they can call down potent lunar magics. So Boundless Moonlight is going to cause our lunar beam to leech life equal to 10% of all damage dealt to enemies within that beam. The beam itself does damage, so that is going to be a lot of healing when we use that. And the other thing is for Fury of Elun. That would be for the balance subclass. So remember, each of these hero talent trees has 2 subclasses that can use it. So this one is between Guardian Druid and Balanced Druid. So the Fury of Elun is a Balanced Druid ability. What are we looking here? Bear form and moon conform reduce arcane damage taken by 6% and all other magic damage taken by 3%. Moonfire deals 8% additional damage. Free automatic moonfires from Galactic Guardian generate 5 rage. That seems like it could be nice, because I'm feeling a little bit rage starved right now, as in I don't have enough of it. What is this, a wanted poster for the Burrow Breaker? He's just over here. That's a super easy quest. Now that we're a Lunar Guardian, should be no problem. Right? And our Silken Chain Weaver. It's a defensive trinket, so that can help when we're going to be taking a lot of damage. We're going to get in here. We're going to incarn. We're going to use all I just left bear form. Our rage is looking so much better now. Although we were also still in Incarn, but... That guy got killed a little quicker. Wanted, the Burrow Breaker. I'm gonna turn that in. Should be, that's supposed to be like an elite quest, so there should be a sizable amount of experience as well. Let's see. Nowhere near what the Delve quest gave us, so we're gonna be going back to more Delves, but it did give us some wrists, which is a very welcomed upgrade. One thing I was gonna do really fast. So I know we just checked the auction house at level 70. Let's go into it again at 71 here. And I have a feeling that we might be more likely to find something good.
Extended supply of goods.
So we're going to go to weapons. We're going to filter it. We're going to go 70. Well, we're going to go 71 to 71 and usable only. So there's some strong weapons. They're 20,000 gold though, which is stupid. What if I just go current expansion? So these are all for level 80. What's the lowest item level one? Oh, see, they're smart. They put the low item level ones in for a bunch of gold because they know people want to get them when they're level. Whatever. Okay, maybe we can find some deals on armor. Let's go look. Current expansion, we're going to go from lowest item level up. Oh, wait, I can just filter by usable. Here we go, 20,000. Look at this. Level 71, 528 gear. We did just get a chest piece, but this one's still 100 item levels above that. I think that's worth it for 1,000. I really want a weapon, though. Only choice is a 20,000 gold one? No. No. Got the chest piece though. That'll be nice. That was only 900 gold. Should be considerably stronger. They're at level now 318. Let me check my heirlooms. Would they possibly be stronger? No. No, they aren't even close. Well, then maybe as the last thing we do here, I'm going to go check all the world quests. And I'm going to see if there is one that I can get a weapon from. Look at that. So we need to go to the Ringing Deeps. If you play through the War Within story, you'll learn about all these places, but this is the core way. It leads down into the Ringing Deeps. Come take a look at this area. As you can see, it's, well, underground. About it. It's a very cavernous, but a very lush cavernous place. So we marked this world quest on our map by just left clicking on it, and then I'm following this little marker. You can also see the diamond there showing us which way we want to go to get there. It's right over here. It's called Scrounge That Scrap. We're gonna locate some useful scrap, which should be pretty easy to do. I think you just, yeah, you just pick it up.
Help us out. Point out any good scrap.
Another thing you'll find in this newest expansion, scattered about on the ground, are these disturbed earths. You can pick them up and it'll do random things. It'll give you an event. This one spawned a kobold wax thief that you get to fight. But when you kill him, first off, it's going to give you a quest, but it also gives you these odd gobs of wax. All this stuff down here, the stuff I want to keep down here. Oh, not the quest item. We could make use of these Cave Dwellers Delights potions. They heal us for 2.5 million, which is a little bit more than their normal health. But the odd globs of wax you can use as a turn-in thing. You can get some cosmetics and stuff for it. I want to kind of use, I really wanted to get this weapon to kind of show you as a gauge to how important it is to get a good weapon. And that'll probably be the last thing we do on this video. Like you see, kind of keep an eye out like how quickly I'm killing these enemies. Like, you know, it's taken me a good 30 seconds or so to kill each one of them. This current, man. Use my travel form. But yeah, like, I don't know, 20 to 30 seconds or so for each enemy. When we get this weapon, we'll fight some more, and we'll see that it's probably going to be a lot quicker. So here we go. Here's our last. We got our weapon. We got haste versatility, which I think is the best stats for us. So off this, look, our weapon damage from the Draconium Dirk to this is going from 136 damage per second to 422 with just so much more stats. So we're going to put that on. And off of that, I think I just gained, hold up, look at my health bar. 703 health, 703,000 to 60. I gained 50,000 health. And now look how quick we're going to kill enemies probably. Yeah, so much faster. We got a quest to disrupt this guy's gang. I think we can do that now. I think we can do that much better than we could before. Let everyone get in here. We're going to use an in card and we're going to start shredding. Yeah, that's already starting to feel a lot better. Might as well finish up this quest since we're here. I'm really looking at my numbers right now and they're like, yeah. I'm like doing double the damage I was doing before I got that weapon upgrade, it feels. Maybe our next delve won't take us 20 minutes to do now. There's that bonus objective complete. A sizable amount of experience from it. Oh, that's one thing I never did. I'm going to go set my Hearthstone to Dornogal, and then we're going to start to wrap it up there. When we get back on, we'll probably go around and grab and do as many world quests as we can to get more gear. We're going to refresh our mastery of the time ways, and then we are going to head into delves. I'm going to go do all the delves. Well, maybe not all of them in one video, but we're going to start working our way through them. And then by the time we get through all that, some extra world quests thrown in, we'll probably be 80 and we can start on the journey to getting gear and mastering our class. And I'm, you know, after looking at some of the Guardian Druid stuff, I'm a little more excited to play it. It's looking like it's going to be really fun. We haven't even looked into some of the end game Feral Druid stuff yet, so that's going to be a fun time when we get there. That's not the end. The end is up here. I'll walk up here as a little bird. Boop, 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 boop. Alrighty, here we go. Our new home.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
You know what? Maybe we'll go down here. We'll take a seat next to this person who's staring at me odd now. Just a night elf sitting around some earthen, but I hope you guys had a great time. Got some good leveling in here, got some new gear and stronger bags. The other way around, new bags and stronger gear. We're coming back next time. We're going to be hitting up some delves. We're going to be talking about the end game. We're going to have a fun time all around. I'll catch you guys then. Bye.